Welcome back, comic book collectors and enthusiasts. My name is Brandon, and you're watching M.O.N.Comics. Today, I got a really important book through the mail that actually helps towards two of my collecting goals for this year. But it looks like the person who sent it sent a little more than one book. So please hang out. Let's check it out together. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Happy Thursday. Yes, this video will be coming out Thursday. Sometimes I do 2 videos in a week if I have an unboxing, and I have a live stream like I do tomorrow night with a bunch of other creators. We're going to take a deep dive into James O'Barr's The Crow. We're going to discuss the graphic novel. We're going to talk about the original movie with Brandon Lee, and we're going to talk about our thoughts and unpack everything with previews of the new one. That character, the mythos, meant a lot to me growing up, and the people that I invited on are huge fans too, so I'm very grateful for that. So please go hit the notification button for that if you haven't yet. Next, I'd like to thank everyone. I'd like to thank all my returning subscribers, anyone who might be new to my channel, just stopping by and seeing me talk about comics for the first time. I consider myself really lucky, really grateful to have not only met some amazing people within the comic book YouTube community who are always so kind and supportive, but also that people even tune in and watch my videos, you know? When I first started a little over a year ago, 3. I thought I'd have like 3 people. And with the help of people commenting and liking and sharing and subscribing, if you haven't, please do so, we've managed to amass quite a great group of people that have, come to my weekly videos, talked to me, taught comics, traded with me, sold to me. It's been really a journey that I'm grateful for every day. I can't believe I've been doing it over a year. I haven't taken a week off. I always have something come out. And thanks to my wife for being so supportive. Hannah, I love you. Thanks for helping this old school Gen Xer come into the millennial age and learn stuff that you make look so easy. Appreciate all your help with that. And I'm feeling very grateful. And I just wanted to thank everyone for stopping to tune in. The next part of my video, I know I want to get into this box that I got and what's inside because it's killing me because I've actually been working this deal for a while. But last year, a man had an idea. He thought we should do a community shout out video and just bring to light all these great creators on YouTube. And that man's name was Brian, aka Big Me McFly, the comic book guy. And he started his movement. He was giving away free art, him and Travis from Comics Limited, and it really caught fire. It was a huge movement with hundreds of thousands of views, and people were liking and subscribing and finding new content that was just really good, great parts of the community and people. So I want to start this video with my first 2024 hashtag comic book shout out, and I am shouting out Patriot Comics. Patriot Comics is hosted by a gentleman by the name of Matt. Super nice guy. I've talked with him on Instagram. He's been doing YouTube since 2022, so he's a little more in the game than I am. Matt does fantastic hunting videos in the wild of not only comics, but toys as well. So I'll put his Instagram handle right down here so you can check it out because he posts a lot of great stuff there daily. And his hunt videos, like, he's very passionate about the comics he finds. He finds some amazing comics. He's out there really doing what I wish I could do. I do have the opportunity to do a little bit in my area, although because I'm in the middle of nowhere, I'd have to drive pretty far to get to those places. And having a family with young kids and a full-time job and a wife who works full-time, it's not really conducive for me to do that, maybe later on in life. So I love to live vicariously through channels like Matt's. So Matt is going to be on the Big 5 Live in the future. We're just trying to, he's out on business a lot too, so we're trying to hash out when our schedules can get together. But I love how he presents the books. I love how he films and edits, and his thumbnails always grab me. So please, I'll leave his link down in the description. Patriot Comics. Matt, keep up the great work, dude. Anyone from my channel that likes hunting and like the thrill of watching people find stuff in the wild, he's among the best. He does a really great job, and he finds some gems. So please go check out his channel. But let's get into this box. Okay, so like I said, when I set my collecting goals in 2024 at the beginning of the year, I knew what I wanted, and I reached out to someone. Oh my gosh, wow! Just trying to get one book from you, Brian. I reached out to Brian and I said, hey, this is, you know, one of my collecting goals. Do you know anyone, you know, you're plugged in the community that could find this particular item for me? And he's like, I have a few, I'll sell you one. And I was like, really? I don't want to impose on you. I'm not here to try to like take your collect. He's like, no, I have multiple, so I'd be happy to sell you one. So we did some research, we settled on a price, and I did get that. But I'm going to get into these black bags. Brian always packs extremely well. I've gotten a few things from him, and of course, you know, the hashtag comic book shout out. So he said, these are for my kids. We read books to our kids all the time, whether it's during the day, when we're just trying to calm them down, but especially nighttime. So he sent some books that he thought my kids would like. Oh, wow. This is great. So, Whitman, this is great. Daffy Duck, Woody Woodpecker, Looney Tunes, stuff that I grew up with, watching or reading. Wow. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, Mickey Mouse, Uncle Scrooge, Jack and Jill. This is great. This is going to hopefully get my daughter into comics. The Salt Mountain. What's great about what he sent is it's not only got, you know, the regular cartoon stuff that kids would like, but it's got these old stories and tales. The Magic Servants, the Elves and the Shoemakers. Clumsy Hans, yeah. Love this kind of stuff. Thank you, Brian. This is great. And this is just the first stack. So, my God, some Gold Key, some Pink Panther, Dennis the Menace. And this stuff is history. Like, you know, I want my kids to know about this stuff too. It's just they don't make them like this anymore. Porky Pig, Barney Bear, Popeye, Mr. Wilson. This is great. Oh, Christmas. My daughter was born. My oldest daughter was born the day after Christmas. So this stuff will be great. Wow. Thanks for all this, Brian. Let me put these aside and get into the other bag. Okay, so bag number 2. Wow. Tweety and Sylvester. Awesome. Beetle Bailey. Wow. There's just... Brian, this was too kind, man. This was too kind. Just stacks. Like, this will be great because when you have kids, if you don't have kids, let me clue you in, you get sick of reading the same books 500 times, and they become their go-to. So if I could show her some colorful titles... My gosh, she's going to have a blast. I grew up with, you know, Scrooge McDuck, DuckTales, Chippendales Rescue Rangers, so this is great. Beep Beep, The Roadrunner. This is great. Thank you, Brian. this is too much, man. Like, I owe you big time. Brian is always looking out for the community, and I'm very grateful that he's helping spread the love with my kids. So, thank you, Brian, for these crazy stacks of books. I'll send some pictures of us reading them together. Okay. What I meant when I said in my intro, this scratches off 2 parts of my collecting goals. This is a Fantastic Four book, above issue 20, so I'm staying in my realm there. But, yeah, something's staying inside. So, let's get into this. So... trying to be very careful opening this, as you would any comic, especially this one. Oh, Brian. Okay. Handwritten notes with sucker form. Brandon, I hope this book brings you much joy. It's a key. Second Mole Man, first new powers for Sue Storm, and the first it's clobbering time is said by the Thing. P.S. Hope the girls enjoy the enclosed reading material. Your friend, Brian, a.k.a. Bigby McFly. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I'm super grateful. I've never met this gentleman. I will meet him in August at Turvicon. He's 3,000 miles away and just spreading the love of comics. So, I'm really excited to get into this. I owned a Stan Lee signature in the past. I sold it years ago when Stan was still alive. And, you know, me and Brian did a lot of research on this and how Stan's signature affects a book's value. And I mean, the basics of what it boils down to. And in the comments, you can agree or disagree, and maybe we can find out some more stuff together. But, you know, is it a newer book? Is it a modern book with his signature? Or is it a Silver Age book with his signature? Is it on the cover? Is it on the inside? Is it a key? You know, a key, like, you know, a random modern book with Stan Lee's signature isn't going to command much as, say, a Daredevil #1 with his signature, obviously. So he got this with a bunch of others from a comic shop back in the day. And it even has a little letter of authenticity on the back. And it says, let me take this out carefully. This letter is provided in order to validate your acquisition of this comic book signed by Mr. Marvel himself, Stan Lee. All copies have been signed in my presence either on the front cover or on page #1. So this was signed in the 90s. And if you are new to collecting or you're not familiar with it, the CGC Signature Series or CBCS Verification Series, which we'll talk about both those things in a little bit, they haven't been around as long as people were autographing books. And people never used to typically autograph the front or the back of a book. They autograph the inside cover. They want to autograph the art on the front. So, Simmons Comic Shop, Battleground, Washington. So, let's take it out. So, it is Fantastic Four, issue number 22. So, second appearance of the Mole Man. The Mole Man was the first villain they fight in Fantastic Four #1, and he doesn't come back until issue number 22, which is kind of crazy to me. So Sue Storm gets her new powers in this one, and the first time that Ben Grimm says it's clobbering time, I'm going to put the panel right here. I'm going to take a picture with it, and then I'll edit it into the video. Oh, you know, I do love a slab, but there's nothing like smelling a 50-year-old comic, probably older than 50 years. So here we have the comic. And ready, we're going to see this for the first time together in 3, 2, 1. Stan Lee, 91. So, cool splash page. Someone chimed in the comments. This was a famous, either this was taken from somewhere of a famous girl modeled in that pose, or someone used it after. I'm going to have to refer to Steppo. Steven Collecto6 on Instagram, he would know, but really cool splash page and clear as day. Stan Lee, 91. I just really wanted to own a piece of history again with Stan's signature on it. I mean, he created my Fantastic Four, your X-Men, your Spider-Man, you name it. I mean, this guy he made Marvel what it is. So I'm going to carefully turn this around and... So this is from 1964. So yeah, 60 years old. What a beauty. What an absolute beauty. I just can't. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Brian, for agreeing to sell this to me and being really fair on the price and everything and doing research with me. Really cool. Let's see if I can find the It's Clobbering Time. All right, so I found it. Took me a minute. Yay, Bo. It's clobbering time. So I just wanted to show it in the actual book. I know I could take a picture and put it up, but that's really cool. This book is in pretty nice shape for being from 1964 at 60 years old. Everything is completely attached and wonderful. I will be sending this to... So, yeah, what's my plans with this book? I'm going to send it to my comic book presser and cleaner, Jeff, over at Comic Spa. I'm going to have him work his magic to make this book look as nice as possible. But first, I'm going to have my wife, who's a professional photographer, take high-res pictures of the signature, as well as me holding the book open and closed. We've talked about a few things. So that I can see it, because this is the first book I'm going to send to CGC for the signature authentication through JSA that they acquired, and just protect it forever. Yeah, I won't be able to see the signature after that, but I'll have pictures. I can always take it out of the slab if I needed to, you know, but just to have, I know it's Stan Lee signature. I've owned it before. It's exactly spot on. So just to have, you know, a third-party company with a professional say that too. So, Brian, thanks so much. This now scratches off issue number 22 from Fantastic Four, as well as a collecting goal of getting a Stan Lee autograph. So it's really cool to be able to get it on a Fantastic Four book. Really cool. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it so much. That's it for a Thursday video, folks. Just a quick unboxing and a hashtag comic book shout out to my boy Matt over at Patriot Comics. Please leave me a comment. Does anyone else own any Stan Lee signatures? Does anyone want to get any Stan Lee signatures and have a little bit of piece of Marvel history? I wanted one for a while, and it means a lot to have it on this one. And please go check out Patriot Comics. And then tomorrow, Friday, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, I will be taking a deep dive into everything The Crow by James O'Barr with some of my fellow community members, K-Pop Junkie, Bleak from Bleecker Street Comics, Brian, Big McFly the comic book guy, Ricky from All Sorts of Words, and JP, one half of the Absolute Game of Nerds YouTube channel. So please come hang out with us tomorrow. The stream's up. You can hit the notification bell for that to come on. It's going to be a great time if you're a fan of that character. So appreciate everyone. I hope your week finishes well and you have a great weekend. Until next time, keep reading those comics.